Be honest, how many times you open ChatGPT with the thought of what should I post today? How many times did you wake up in the morning thinking, I have no idea what to post today, but I know that I need to put something online? And you always think that the issue is just that you don't have the ideas, enough ideas to create content for you. But the truth is, you don't have a system. And once you create the system to create content for you, it all will be like a smooth machine and you won't need to worry about it every day anymore. Wouldn't that be nice? Let me show you the system how I never run out of my ideas for content and how I do it without burning out, how I do it without wasting hours, and how I do it without feeling like social media is another full-time job for me. This will work for everyone who tries to sell services online, experts, coaches, freelancers, anyone who wants to build their social media in order to sell their services or products online, but mostly it's for services. And yes, all of the system I now use with AI, so it literally takes me approximately 3 minutes to create a reel, which will work for my target audience, which will talk about their pain points, and which will have the CTA to get them to do something next with my page. And let's be honest, everyone now is talking about AI and how AI replaces everything and everyone and how AI can do everything for them. But if it's so magical, then why no one creates all of their content with AI, and why the content that you see on social media quite often feels so robotic and generic? And it's not AI's fault, it's the fault of the people who try to just send some stupid, boring prompt to AI saying, hey, I want to post about nutrition, and expect some magical post about something that people never heard before. It's all about how you talk to AI. It's all about how you explain your system to AI. It's all about how you tell him how you want the content to work. And it's also about putting your experience within the AI so it can create content that sounds like you and based on your experience. But no, what most people do, they don't give AI any context. They don't give the AI information about what is their product, what transformation people will go through. They just say, I want a post top 5 productivity apps, and they expect that it will be mind changing. Of course, it will not be. When you build in the content strategy, first you need to build the strategy. And saying I have a strategy of posting 3 reels a day is wrong, because this is not a strategy. This is the schedule of how many posts you want to create a day. The strategy is who is your target audience and what you want to tell them in this month. Strategy is knowing what is your main goal for this month. Do you want to bring more sales? Do you want to increase your followers? Do you want to build personal connection with your audience? Based on that, you create the strategy in terms of what content you want to put on social media. Social media strategy is knowing what you want to do with these people who saw your reel, for example, in that particular month, and what you want them to do after. Do you want them to follow you? Do you want them to get into your funnel and like get some lead magnet? Do you want them to just like get to know you without even maybe following you? That's all strategies. And for each of the strategies, there is different content that you need to create. But people don't understand that one day they wake up and they think, okay, let's do something for viral. Let's do a dancing video. Great. The next day they wake up and they talk about the product. The third day they're talking about the experience. It's all messed up. There are people who see their videos, they don't understand why this person posts different content all the time. You need to have a clear goal on what you need to do. You need to have a target on what you're trying to achieve, and then create content around that. I have the system of how I never run out of the ideas, and it's all because usually once a month I sit down and I create a full list of all the things that are relevant to my target audience. For example, all their pains, all their fears, their desires, their triggers, what triggers them, their resistance, what they don't want to do, their non-negotiables, for example, something that they are not ready to give up. They want to hear your transformation, the transformation that you can deliver, so your story and how your clients interact with you and what transformation you bring to them and what stories you can tell about your clients. So imagine if you create like a Google Sheet or an Excel with 6 points under each of like these subtopics that I mentioned. 6 pain points, 6 desires, 6 frustrations, 6 what they want to achieve, 6 things about your story that will reel them in, and 6 client wins. And then all you do is you look at this file, and then you just take the hooks that usually work well on social media, and you combine this like a puzzle. You take one pain point, you take one desire, create the hook, and there you have the reel. And this way you can just literally match different points together and you have unlimited ideas for content. And it all will be talking about the correct thing for your target audience. But how do you know what your target audience wants? Well, that's another main issue why people don't succeed on social media, because they don't understand who they actually talking to. And what a lot of people do is they kind of create very broad content that kind of work for everyone. But the truth is, right now, if the content is for everyone, it's not going to speak to no one at all. Because right now there are too many content creators out there who create different content, and you need to stand out. You need to be super specific. Like, imagine if someone is creating the post how to lose weight, and another person would create a post how to lose weight if you're 30 to 35 and you just given birth. The second person who created this post obviously limits the amount of people that can go and work with him, but because he's so specific about who he's working with and how he can help them, the target audience, who is their target audience, will clearly understand, this person knows what I need, I'd rather work with him rather than with someone who says how to lose weight in general. You need to understand your target audience like 100%. You need to clearly have the picture of the person, almost as if they sit next to you, and you can literally ask any questions you have. You can do it through client calls, through market research, and just spend hours talking to all those people. But again, it will take a lot of time, and sometimes even when you get to speak to them, you might not get all the deepest fears and deepest pain points. But there is another option, it's called AI persona. And this is the method that I learned from the person who makes more than $1 million a year. And trust me, when he explained to me how it works and when he showed me how it works and how it changes the content, it blew my mind. It was last summer. And after that, my content never sounded the same, never sounded boring. Basically, AI persona is the way you can simulate your target audience, your ideal client, to an AI, give AI all the details as much as you can about this person, and then talk to AI as if you're talking to your ideal client next to you. And this way, you don't need to guess any ideas anymore. You basically, so for example, in my startup job where I work as a head of marketing, I have one of our personas. He's Kevin. His name is Kevin. And I literally talk to Kevin every day. Whenever I'm not sure which idea I can in general post, or if I'm not sure about a certain article, in which introduction will work better, or I'm not sure what first sentence, which hook will work better, which post will make him think about this point, or which post will make him buy our product, for example. So I just simulated the ideal client, and his name is Kevin. He's my ChatGPT friend, and I talk to him every day whenever I'm struggling with content, or if I'm just creating the post and I always want to see his feedback or how I can make that post better, for example. You know how sometimes you see your favorite influencers send, for example, 2 thumbnails on Instagram and saying, hey, which thumbnail is better for my video? This way they're getting the answers from their clients. But is it not easier just to send these 2 thumbnails to ChatGPT and you'll get the answer in 5 seconds? Better. So how do we combine the list of ideas, or how do we create even this list of ideas if you're not sure? And how do we combine this with AI persona? So first, you simulate your AI persona. If you never had clients before, just imagine who you want to work with. Usually if you have an idea of your product already, you kind of know who you can sell it to. So at least start with something. Describe that person in as many details as possible. What he likes, what he does on the day-to-day basis, what is he working on, why he would try to work with you, why probably it didn't work with him before. So basically, as many details as you can provide to ChatGPT, the better. And also tell ChatGPT who you're trying, why you need this person to work, and what is your product. So obviously he knows what content you need. And then you would just talk to this AI person and saying, hey, I'm trying to create content that would be really useful for you. I want to create the content that is not generic. I would want to create the content that would be really valuable to you and people like you. So please help me bounce back some ideas. I was thinking to create posts about, and you say your niche, and then say, what are the main problems you have regarding this niche? What are the main frustrations you have? For example, if you're a fitness trainer and you're talking to someone who is struggling to go to gym, you'd say, what are the 10 main reasons you don't go to gym? And then you will have 10 main reasons straight away listed down over there. And then you can say, let's go deeper. Let's literally find the smallest fears, or the hidden fears inside your brain. And you get such a gold research into your potential client mindset that's it's insane. And it also, the way AI persona will talk to you is in the words of the real customers. So it will have the exact words that if you use those words in your content, it will be completely different level. So usually what I do, I sit down, I spend like 30 minutes talking to my AI persona, probably sometimes even less. I create all this big file, and then I use my hooks, which I have already, and I'm gonna leave them under this video as well. I have the list of 100 hooks that work really well on social media for the short form content. You just mix up the hook, take the pain point, take what they want to achieve, bam, one idea. Then you take another frustration, you take your story, another. And this way, it's so easy to mix and match these ideas that literally in 2 hours, you will have at least 100 ideas written down. And then all you need to do is obviously just to create those videos. And again, if you know how to use AI, it will help you even better to create the script, to create the caption, to create everything. But please make sure that you always, again, give your own experience to AI. So whenever I need to create a post, I explain what I do, who's my target audience again in the new chat, and then I explain what is my product, what I'm trying to achieve. So basically, I provide as much context about me, and then I tell AI, hey, I want to create the post about this topic, and the main 3 things that I want to mention in this video is this, and then I list down whatever things I think are important for that post, not whatever AI would generate for that post, but what I think about that post, and then AI will generate the post for me. And again, to sound it like me, before I would submit some of my scripts of my old videos or my other blog posts or my other articles, just so that AI can know what's the way I create sentences, what is the way how I create posts. And there you go. You just send the idea, 3 main talking points, and you have the caption, you have the script, everything is ready. You just need to turn on the camera and film. But that's not it. I can also make it easier. So for example, if I have one idea, I can always create it into the proper like talking to camera reel. Then I can have a voiceover reel where I would have like some B-rolls and my voiceover with the script and the caption. Then I can have just the B-roll video where it's a short video and all the information is in the caption. Then I can use the same idea, just obviously with a different formatting. For carousel, I have the same idea I can turn into a YouTube video. The same idea can turn into thread. The same idea can turn into Twitter. The same idea can turn into LinkedIn. There's so many posts. There's so many content pieces you can create out of one idea. So please use this. Don't just use one idea, film one video, and like forget about this idea. This way you will burn out. Work smartly. Reuse the ideas. Reuse the pieces of content. One video can be turned into 10. So just do it smartly. And this is what allows me to post 3 to 5 videos a day without spending 10 hours or something on content. And I know you can do the same. And I hope this video will be helpful. I'm going to leave the link to the file with the hooks below. So please check it out, because there are just the hooks and then the templates as well on how you can implement it for your niche. And just realize that you don't need more hustle and you don't need to copy people. You just need the strategy on how you can turn your ideas, your experience into the videos that will be relevant for your potential clients on social media. I hope this was helpful. Or if you have struggles with this and you want someone to literally do it for you, there will be the link to book a call with me where I will audit your social media. I will show you how to implement AI and how you can create the same content machine that produces content every day with like limited amount of time that you need to put in it every day. The link will be down below. Let's stop guessing and let's start winning this game.